Do you think you need something? Good evening, you guys. So yesterday we got our goats. If you didn't go on that adventure with me, I will link that above and below. But it is milking time, so I figured this would be a good time to come out and show you our goat setup. So this is our gate. Jerry just put 2 pallets together. It was simple as that. And we have a nice little latch on it, so I can get in and out. Well, some of this fencing is not great, so don't judge us too harshly. We're gonna fix it this weekend, but we had to get it done because the goats were coming home. So it is what it is, and it's keeping the goats in, and that's what's important. This is the terrible fence in question. We could not get it tight, and once we did pull it, it just loosened back up because there's no wooden posts, and it didn't happen. So we had to put these boards across the top so that the fence didn't just bow down. And then even better than that, instead of just nailing them on or, you know, staple gun or something, we use zip ties. So like I said, no judgments. So back here we have our shelter, which was primarily made from pallets that Jerry had delivered for us. And then the roof on it is actually metal from our previous homestead. So a lot of recycled or upcycled? Reused? No, a lot of reused materials right there. I have plans to fix it up and make it look a little nicer, but right now it keeps the rain off and goats hate rain, so it works. I'm finding that this new homestead's motto is, it's functional, which is better than the last time we homesteaded where it was, I don't know what the motto would have been, but we were really terrible about like bringing home an animal and not being prepared at all. So this is a major step in the right direction. It is milking time, so let's go ahead and take a look in the parlor. Here is our milking parlor. We built the milking stand ourselves, mostly out of those pallets. The lights actually were left here by the seller. They were on a Christmas tree that was in the shed, and so we just took them off and they happened to work, so that was great. Now we have light. I have a fan because it is hot here, if I haven't mentioned it. And I've got my little stacker here where I need to organize it better, but that's where all of my milking supplies will go. Anyways, so this is it. Isn't it lovely? Now finally, what I assume is the main attraction is the girls themselves. I really wanted to name the girls something meaningful. Without further ado, let me introduce you to the does. Be nice. So guys, this is Sabella. That's a Hebrew name meaning God's promise. And this beautiful girl is Selah, which is another Hebrew name. This one means to praise. The word Selah is actually a little bit argued over as to what its meaning is. Some say it means to pause, some say it means to praise. Commonly accepted translation seems to be to praise with only voices, like a cappella. I'm gonna be running out of daylight in here in a minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to milk her, and then we can talk more about the goats. You're just gonna hang out and wait for your friend? Well, that's nice of you. Go ahead. You're good. You can get down. Good goat. These girls mean a lot to me. I've mentioned before that we've homesteaded in the past and that we've had some really hard times happen, which made us sell all the animals that we did have, and we moved states. And one of like my biggest things was that I wanted to be able to have goats again. And God has very much answered that prayer. Uh-oh. And that's why I named them what I did, because I want God to be glorified through these goats, because this is His flock. I just get to be their shepherd. So Sabella means God's promise, and they are definitely His promise being fulfilled for me. And Selah being praise. This is just me trying to give Him credit and thank Him for these amazing goats. But that's gonna be it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I need to go in and process this milk. So until next time, bye.